welcome to episode 7 of seven of That's So Fashion. I'm Chris.
I'm John.
And this is the festive episode. I can't believe we've got here already. It's going to be quite casual, quite, we're going to be feeling the vibes.
We're keeping it cash. People
are
exhausted. It's the end of the year.
Yeah, who's got the time?
Or the energy. I'm exhausted already.
Yeah, I'm over it. New year, anyone? We're just gonna talk about all things that are of the moment, of the season.
Exactly.
Talking of which, I've just come back from Maria's pop-up shop in Bristol.
Very nice.
Shout out to Maria. Hey, how you doing, girl? It was incredible. So she's got this. Well, first of all, for context, she has her own rental brand where people can rent clothes.
Oh yeah.
Instead of buying them, and they can do it for for parties, occasions, or just because they don't want to add to their consumerism.
Okay, love that.
And pack out their wardrobes.
Yeah, that's a big thing these days.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's such a good business model. I love that she's done it. And the pop-up shop was kind of like a tail-end version of it, where people can come in and buy the garments that she's had to rent.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all vintage pieces that have been made specifically by her, or pieces that have been collected or donated.
Oh, nice. Because I was going to ask you, like, what kind of stuff is she renting? So go on.
Yeah, so she's got. I mean, if you need a party dress, she'll have it. If you need a coat, she'll have it. If you need a waistcoat, she'll have it. You know,
fantastic.
She's really knocked it out of the park with this.
Yeah.
I got a waistcoat for my sister.
Amazing.
As you know. I almost bought the leopard print jacket. Let me tell you, leopard print jacket. It was faux fur, and then we got talking. I completely forgot and didn't buy it, so that's in the bag.
And how many faux fur jackets do you currently have?
Not enough. No, I joke. I have 2.
I thought you had 3. Wait a minute.
One of them was given to my niece.
Oh, okay, fine. Because I was going to say, I'm sure I've seen you wear more than 2. Okay.
Yeah. One of them. She's the official assistant to House of Wincott.
Okay, well that's fine. So she's got it.
She got it as a payment for.
Yeah.
And she loved it, so why not? So I need to bolster now, you see. I need to replace. So went to that, and it was incredible, and it kind of got me thinking, because it's a perfect time for her to do it.
Yeah.
What people might be thinking this time of year, of they've got Christmas party season, which I know we spoke about last episode. It's that classic: are you buying or are you making? Argument.
Absolutely.
For Christmas as a gift for yourself, for a party.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, you're going casual, you're going dressy. I know, like my family and I were going out for Christmas Day. So
I know, but where you're going, you're going to have to be nice and snazzy.
Well, exactly.
I'm expecting,
Yeah, I mean, I did purchase that one, but that's one that I know that will last, and I will wear to death because it's gorgeous.
Yes.
But also, I can add to it, I can alter it, I can dress it up.
Well, exactly.
So it's definitely an investment piece. But then the rest of the time, it will probably be things I've made, or very casual, like maybe a pyjama set or something. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that. I thought that was kind of a good thing to.
Well, I mean, I agree with you on that. I think it's that time of year where people are celebrating all sorts of holidays all around the world. It's not just here in England. It's really a hectic time of year because people are kind of thinking end of year, holiday time, break time from work. Trying to get those hours in, trying to make some extra money. I think, at least from where I'm from, my community, whatever, it's what are we buying people or making people? How are we impressing people?
Yeah.
It's like more. But I think so many people. Well, it is, and not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody's able to do that, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I think sometimes, like I often make gifts, or I usually do paintings actually, but I think
jack of all trades.
Well, what can I say? But no, I think that. From my own experience, the way my mind works is, a really thoughtful gift can be purchased, but can be made. For people who are very close to me or special to me, often try to make something because I always really liked that, and I like to, I guess, project that on others. But I think it's a really nice thing to do, and I think that you keep people around you who you're bonded to or special to you, and those people really appreciate the time and effort that you spend to make something. And I love that. I think it's the time of year to, I don't know, give back, or at least show that you took the time and you care about the person
exactly.
that you are seeing or spending time with.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love buying a gift, and it's always so much fun to go shopping, but also as, you know, things become more expensive around us, or big expenses, like for, you know, we spoke a few episodes ago, we made 2 weddings, like there's a big expense there, so thinking maybe this year we shouldn't be spending, trying to recoup, like, you know, there are like different ways to look at it, right? And
there's also your outlook on, like, where do you see the value?
Well,
do you see it in buying someone something, or do you see it in spending enough time to create something that you know that person would love?
Yeah.
Which makes it so much more personal.
Well, I think so, and I love that. I think it's just incredible to think that somebody's actually taken their time, their valuable time, to spend on you.
Yeah.
And how special is that?
No, exactly. I think we're obviously fortunate enough that we are able to make something. We have the skill sets and the desire to sit behind a sewing machine and make something for someone.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't have to even be a fashion item that you can make for someone. It could be a Christmas decoration. It could be a desk ornament. You know, it could be something that you know that person would love and use.
Absolutely. I mean, I've got a friend in Winchester who loves to make her own wreaths. And even before they moved down there, I remember she went to some like special course in Chelsea or something, and they showed them sort of the basics of it and how to you know, go around like a wooded area and find things. So it's just sort of like found objects and how to make them beautiful. And then did another course in Winchester, and is always so proud to make for her sisters and for her house. And I think that's not a fashion item, but how spectacular is that for the winter season?
Exactly, but also she's able to do it, and she knows the person she's making it for would love it.
But you also can customize it too, and I think that's really quite nice. But then even in a fashion space, like I was, you know, one of our, I don't know, mutual whatever's friends sent me some photos the other day, was making a wreath using old scraps of fabric and wire, and was complaining to me about hand sewing the whole thing, but you know, that's fine. But also made this beautiful piece that will, you know, go on his front door, and he made the entire thing from fabric scraps.
Oh, I love it.
Which I think is quite nice. So it's, you know, it's again, it's not quite a fashion space, but it came from a fashion space.
I know exactly who that is.
Well, I know, well, exactly. But you know, you've got tons of fabric that you've hoarded, that you made things with, and if, you know, I often am the same. You've got pieces that you feel aren't too small, so you don't want to just throw them away, but they're not big enough to ever make really anything with them. So being creative with it and making a winter wreath. I mean, it's not just a Christmas thing; it's a winter thing. Anyone can do it.
Yeah, a gift is not just for Christmas; it's for life.
Well, exactly.
That's actually a good point, because at Maria's pop-up, she had bags of scraps that she was giving away to people.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Not even to purchase, just to kind of like make sure that they were used and not wasted.
Well, not just what going into landfill.
Exactly. And, you know, a few people did take some, so I thought that was such a good idea, which kind of echoes that, because it's passing it on. It's not about you know, I can make a ton of money from this, or I can, you know, consume more, or whatever. It's how can we help each other, and how can we progress?
Well, I think it sounds so, I don't know, cliche, but I feel like that's what the whole season is about, isn't it? Giving back. And
it's cliche for a reason, because it's true.
No, I know, but those things often are. It's like when, you know, you talk about a stereotype and it's like rooted in fact, you know, it's just what it is. So, but you say about Maria, and you mentioned about her giving bags away, and it just made me think, like, I know a lot of people who do the same thing, and often they're doing it for the purpose of quilting.
Yeah.
I am not a quilter myself, and so I would never look at that and think, oh, what am I going to make out of that? What kind of, you know, wall hanging or blanket or something am I going to make? But actually, I would think more about what sort of small household items might I use, and might I sew at home, and that could be, I don't know, pot holders, or like a tea cozy, or a wreath, like, I mean, and I think it's just something to consider generally for gifts with people who are close to you, but especially again with the season, as people are, you know, putting up garlands and trees, and why not make all your own stuff?
Oh, exactly, why not? Well, there's one thing I've seen recently, actually, which I do love the look of, which is when there's you go to like buy a tree, a Christmas tree, and they have like a dud one that's like not been cut properly, or it's a bit whatever, you can, instead of it leaving it, because nobody wants a non-perfect tree,
of course,
cut it up and turn it into a garland.
Oh, that's a really nice idea.
I love that idea, the way it looked, because you can just You can turn it into a wreath, obviously, but you can also turn it into a garland and have it around your door, and it's part of a real tree, but it's been interwoven, and the tree itself isn't gonna.
Oh, I love that. I thought you were gonna take this in like a Phoebe Buffet direction, and like that Friends episode where she wanted to save all. Seriously?
Seriously, yeah. I've not seen any Friends.
Ever. I don't believe that. That is. Sorry. But you're from like the UK, where when I moved here, it was on 95 times a day. Like, how could you not watch Friends?
I know who they are.
No.
I've just not seen I've not seen the show.
Just hold on a second. When I moved to London in 2004, okay, and all the way through to even when my brother lived here, which was like 2008, 9, 10 time, it was on. Okay, hold on a minute. It was on 5 times a day, 2 episodes each, and they weren't repeats. It was 10 separate episodes a day. At least, and I believe it was on a 5-day week schedule. So like every month you started the entire 10 seasons over again. And you've never seen Friends.
I've seen Friends.
Wow.
I just had this crazy thing called a life when I was 18, do you know what I mean?
What are you talking about 18? It was on in the 90s. How old were you? We're the same age. You were only like...
Well, in 2004 I would have been 18.
Yeah, but that was already, it was in syndication. I mean, it started in like 1993 or something.
Oh, I was only 8.
Well, maybe it was bigger where I'm from. I mean, I am from Canada, but still. I feel like Friends is a huge thing in the UK.
No, it is huge here. It absolutely is huge.
Well, spoiler alert, there is a Friends episode where the Lisa Kudrow character, Phoebe, wants to save all of the dead trees. And they do this ridiculous thing where they like fill the apartment with like, 50 like bare dead trees because she's like doesn't want them to go to the chipper. It's quite cute.
Yeah.
But I thought that was the direction you were going in. Now I'm in shock that you've never actually seen that. That is shocking.
That's a fire hazard waiting to happen. That is teaching people.
What other 90s TV shows have you not watched?
Probably most of them.
Wow.
Think of one. I've probably not seen it.
I don't even know. We just finished watching Ally McBeal, but I feel like that would be something that you would have been into.
I didn't see that either.
Really?
I saw a couple of episodes.
Okay.
But like sporadically, it wasn't like I watched it. It would be like one episode from like the first season and then 2 seasons later. Yeah.
What about The Nanny?
What's The Nanny?
With Fran Drescher. Shut up. Who are you? You've never seen The Nanny?
I'm an imposter.
Wow. Oh, I'm okay. Well, I will educate you on 90s North American television.
Right.
I was
obviously living my best in the 90s and noughties.
What about like late 80s, 90s TV, like Married with Children? Oh God, did you grow up under a stone? Like, what is wrong with you?
No, I was just out living.
Wow.
You know?
Out living at 8 years old?
Yeah. I mean, I was briefly, my sister and I, we were livers. We'd be like, I was clubbing from 15.
Well, so was I. I was 13 years old was the first time I went to a club, but I still, grew up watching
television.
From
the club straight into Friends.
But I'm the youngest in my house, maybe that's why. I've got older siblings and we would watch television together. I never had bedtime and I would stay up watching TV with them. And then, that's where all this kind of stuff came in. Wow. I never did get into any of the like hospital drama stuff though. Like what's that one that's still on? Yeah, no, that was never for me.
Not for me either.
I've never seen any of that. Although we did watch House a little bit, but that was later.
Yeah, that's more like now.
What's his name? No, it hasn't been on the air for like years, for like 15 years it ended. What's his name? He's British. He was on that show with
Laurie.
Hugh
Laurie.
Yeah, he's good. I like him.
Because he was part of the double act with Stephen Fry.
Yes, and I used to love that too. What was that called?
Blackadder.
No, that's Mr. Bean.
Yeah, but Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie were in it briefly.
Oh, were they? I didn't realise. I thought the thing was a different show where it's just the two of them.
Yeah, no, they were in it briefly. I know the show that you're thinking of, but it was just them.
Yeah, I can't think of it. It doesn't matter anyway. We're clearly not talking about Christmas.
We've completely gone off track, as per usual.
That's fine. I am shocked. I will think the list of shows, we'll go over it. Will be a whole episode.
And I'll tell you the many ways I won't watch it.
Highly rooted in fashion, so it would work quite well.
Okay, I see what you did there. See that little segue. Yeah, okay. Might watch it.
Okay, fine. So, tell me though, so you were saying, so we're talking about quilting, you were saying that you went to Greece, and I am very curious though, just because I know people who do this. So you were saying how she rents garments.
Yeah.
And they're all vintage pieces.
Yeah.
And is it just ladies, or is there menswear, or is it like androgynous? Like, what's the story?
As far as I'm aware, it's just for women's wear.
Mm-hmm.
But there were quite a few pieces I think that would have been quite androgynous.
Okay, nice.
There was I would have loved for it to fit me, but it just was. It was too small. Long gone are the days of me being a 26-inch waist.
Well, me too. So.
It was like this gold 70s jumpsuit. Oh, I loved it. I desperately wanted it, but it just wouldn't be the thing. And that would have been quite androgynous.
Yes.
Some coats, like I was saying, with the fur coats. You know, you can. That's not really gendered.
Well,
But there were a lot of dresses and
Yeah.
you know, kind of blouses. And
Okay.
there's a really gorgeous vintage green dress. Oh, there was loads of glorious pieces
Okay.
with a few of things that she's made.
Nice.
decked out.
Oh, I love that.
But it is such a good business model, isn't it? Where you kind of,
Yeah. Well, just as you were saying about it, I was thinking how a lot of my friends back home use a service that sounds really similar, and whenever there's like an event to go to, not everybody wants to or can, you know, go and buy a fabulous outfit, and it's nice to think that you don't really have to.
Yeah.
And
But it does two things, doesn't it? It stops you spending a fortune on, or feeling like you need to spend a fortune on all of these different outfits for different events, so that you're seen to be this glamorous chic person. And also it stops overconsumption of things.
no, I
like
think
that
it's
film.
great.
But I think she does it on a subscription model.
Oh, really?
So you pay like a certain fee a month, and then you get, you know, she was saying 3 dresses or 3 garments a week or something.
Oh, that's fantastic.
If you have like different levels of subscription.
Sure.
So,
Oh, I love that. Oh,
I
well.
don't know, I just thought it was great.
Well, we should go check it out together
Yeah,
then.
absolutely. She's going to be there every Saturday until April.
Okay, nice. Well, let's go.
So yeah, we'll have to go and have a check. I think you'll love it. I think you'll absolutely love it.
So, okay, so that's cool. So we'll plan that and we can do a little like video and, you know, show you all. But what about you? What are you making anything for the holiday season?
I'm not making anything for holidays fashion-wise. My sister and I, today in fact, after this recording, are doing our Christmas decorations.
Lovely.
So there'll probably be a little bit of DIY situation there going on. But fashion-wise, the only active thing at the moment I've got going on is do you remember Sustainable Fashion Week?
Yes.
I've made the glorious Looney Tunes jacket.
I remember it very
from
well.
a sleeping bag. Oh, iconic, love it. Well done. My cousin, I think I might have mentioned it before, my cousin in Australia, James, wants it.
Oh, nice.
So, I know it will go to a really good home. Like he will wear it to death, you know, so it will really get its fill. So I'm going to deconstruct that, take it back to its individual components, give it a different lining.
Fantastic.
I'm going to put a drawstring in the bottom, with a toggle on the ends, you can cinching of the waist, and then ship that out to him in January.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
You were going to redo the lining. Anything specific that you had in mind, or are you just something a bit quality because you're selling it to somebody?
Well, I do have, I mean, as I'm sure everyone who sews at home has, a huge catalogue now of really nice off-cut fabric pieces that I've either collected or bought from, those bins you get in fabric shops.
Oh yeah, I always do that. They're like, especially when you get the 3 meter pieces, you can make almost anything. It's amazing. Yeah,
like you feel like, oh, that's lovely. I can't let that go to waste.
Yeah.
I've got a few of those. And I want the lining to be as fun as the outside.
Oh, nice.
So when it opens, you've got a splash of colour as well.
Okay, sounds like very much like you.
Yeah, absolutely. But more like softer or sleeker. So when you're wearing it, it doesn't feel as, not that cotton feels coarse, but it's not as matte effect as cotton would be on the outside. It'd be more slick against the skin.
Okay, that makes sense. And I guess also, I know from, again, experience, like if you're putting on a jacket that's got any kind of brushed lining, felt, flannel, cotton, whatever it is, it always does sort of seem to like grab onto everything.
And also you roast.
Yeah, and it feels bulky. Yeah.
Exactly. So
nice.
For the jacket, because of time when we were doing the show, I didn't have time to kind of take all the lining. I just did what I had to do. But so the lining that's in there now is the inner lining of the sleeping bag.
Okay, fine.
So I'm going to take that off, although it's perfectly usable. I'm going to take that off and put something.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I mean, especially if you're doing something for a customer or family or otherwise, like I think it is really nice to give it a more elevated, finished feeling. I obsess over that a little bit too much, but I don't see a problem with that, and I think good for you. Like if I was purchasing something, that's kind of what I would come to expect.
Yeah, exactly. And also I want it to be, he's great, and he does love to wear some really cool stuff, and he's very Australian anyway, to kind of wear cool things that are, you know, bold or bright or have a hark back to, you know, like a unique vibe or hark back to kind of like 80s or whatever. So I know that he'll wear it in a really cool way. So that's not
great.
why I'm giving it to him, because he just wants it, but it's heartwarming to know.
Yeah, well, it's also just so nice that somebody has seen a piece that you've worked on and likes it enough that they'd actually have to purchase it from you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's all well and good being proud of your work. I know we both are, but that takes it to the next level. I think that's great.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Other than that, just sorting out, finishing my website, getting that ready to launch in January.
How exciting!
Yeah, very exciting.
And then you'll take over the world.
Then I'll take over the world and become a billionaire, and then kill the rest of them. And
not
end,
the direction I was expecting.
End world hunger and basically be the saviour of the world. What about you? Are you making anything?
How are you going to end world hunger?
Well, because if you're a billionaire, I feel there is so much more you can do. We're not going political. There's so much more you can do to aid in the reduction of world hunger.
Well, yes. I think that's a very strong answer, and also doesn't give us any clue what you're going to do.
Exactly.
I think that's the perfect way to answer a question like that.
It's almost like I know what I'm doing. I don't. Complete fabrication. What about you? Yeah, what are you making anything?
Not. I mean, I still have the same client that I was talking about a few weeks ago that I was working on, that I'm still working on. I had a bit of a delay, which is fine. A little snag. You know, no big deal. I had to get some, I don't know, fabric and a couple of tools that I was struggling to locate, but you know, such is life, no big deal.
It happens.
And so I'm going to try my best in the next 3 weeks before I leave town, well, month before I leave town, to go back home to Toronto to visit family, to get as much of it completed as possible, which is well within the realm of possibility, unless something unforeseen were to pop up. So that's, for the most part, what I'll be working on, and just, you know, trying to be creative and thinking of the future. And it's that sort of, I don't know, I always feel very guilty about this, but it's the end of the year, and so everything gets really busy, and so it speeds up, it slows down at the same time.
Yeah, exactly what you mean.
And I always feel exhausted for, you know, on a day where I've done literally nothing, and then I feel bad when I've done nothing, so I feel bad for myself. But I'm not gonna like not do that this year, because I can do that every year. So I already know what's coming, but I don't want that to hinder the amount of work that I want to complete in the next 4 weeks.
I think you just need to give yourself a bit of grace, because people try to fit, and this is always my argument whenever I have this conversation. I've had it a few times, also with myself, because I'm very much the same. As I find it very frustrating when you don't do as much as you wanted to do, but especially at Christmas and New Year, you're trying to condense 2 weeks worth of work into 3 weeks.
Yes.
Because that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like
3 weeks of work into 2 weeks, I think is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So because you've got 3 weeks of December, maybe give or take, before it starts, and then you have 2 weeks of you're seeing people, or you're going places, or you're celebrating, or whatever.
Absolutely.
And you can't do anything. Like you say, it slows down, but also you're feeling like it's speeding up at the same time. So you've got so much more stuff to cram into a short amount of time that it does feel exhausting. But
it does.
You should give yourself grace on that.
No, and I do, and I will, and I know I'll get stuff done, and whatever will be will be. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it once you get to your, you know, deadline, whether that be the Christmas holidays, or you're going out of town, or you're seeing family, or whatever. Like, you kind of just have to think, okay, well, I've got to put that to one side, and I've got to focus on something else, which is great. Yeah. And I will do that, as I'm sure you and everybody else will. But that's the sort of thing where I can be hard on myself. But that's what I'm looking forward to doing. Is just getting as much of that work done as possible and enjoying it, because I will. And then just having fun with the holidays. Like you were saying when we spoke last time, that you're going to be doing Christmas parties this year, which you haven't done for a while. We're going to be doing stuff at home, having people over, which is great, decorating, which is always fun. I didn't grow up in a house that decorates for the holidays, and so it's fun living with somebody who does. Yeah, and
that's been nice.
Yeah, this year I ordered a tree, which is quite fun. Never done that in my entire life, so I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun, and I thought that would be nice for Lee, and we are going, I don't know, I'm hoping it arrives tomorrow, actually, I hope. And if it does, I've, got stuff ready to go, so we can just spend time together setting it up and having that whole fun experience, which I have never done in my whole life, and I'm very much looking forward to.
Oh, that's really cute. Oh, can't wait
So
to hear
it'll,
about that.
well, yeah, so it'll either be like, you know, oodles of fun or it'll be a nightmare.
I think it's going to be fun.
But regardless, I'm just thinking now I should have like baked cookies or something for it. But you know, yeah,
This is the give yourself grace moment, you know that, right?
Yeah, but that's easy. I can do that in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
that's,
no,
like, that's not a problem.
You're like, oh, I could have, should have, would have done this, but no, come
I
on.
know. I was saying that the other day. I was invited to a friend's for dinner, and I asked if there's anything I could bring. It was for like a birthday thing, and they said that if I could, they would really love one of my cakes. I have a baking business on the side. I think we've talked about this before. And I said, of course, I was more than happy to do it, and I did, and it was no trouble at all. But then I said, after the fact, once I'd come home, I brought it to them and I left it there, and I said to Leah, I was like, oh, I should have made you a small version of it. And that, I think, is where it's that sort of like grace thing. It's not that I should have, I could have, and I didn't. But there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
But, and even actually talking about what, you know, gifts and what people are making for the holidays, several years now where I've not sewn or painted anything for anyone for the holidays. I've actually baked gifts for the holidays.
Oh, lovely.
Which has been quite nice, and it's surprising to me how much people have really appreciated that.
Oh, everyone loves something baked.
And what's great though, especially if you're in the UK, it's very easy to box it up and send it through the post.
Yeah.
So if I can't get up north to see friends, it's just still nice to know that I've been, you know, I thought about them and they've really appreciated it, and I've made something from scratch for them that is holiday themed. It's nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
I like that. It's a fun thing to do. I know it's not fashion, but it is.
No, but it goes back to what we were saying earlier about when you're able to do something, like you have a skill set in something that you can make to give as a gift. It's so much more heartfelt because you've taken that time to go, oh, this person would probably appreciate this. It's the thought process. It's the
I think so.
feeling that someone's actually thought about what you like.
Well, exactly, and I know how much I appreciate that when people do that for me, and so I like to think that people are the same on the other end.
Yeah.
Now, on topic, but away from this sort of like homemade gifts, I can't help but bring up how ridiculously busy London has been.
Oh my god.
It's been, I feel like, I want to say the last, I don't know, 6 weeks, like this sort of like autumn time, obviously leading up to the holidays, living in central London as well. I mean, my goodness, I don't know where all these people are coming from. Like even my road, you know, 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 3 a.m., gridlock. Like, where are all these cars coming from? And I mean, the amount of effort that I go through to avoid places like Oxford Street. Not because there's anything wrong with it. The shops are great. It is too busy, and it is like shoulder to shoulder on like a Wednesday at 11 a.m. Like, where are all these people coming from?
I don't know how you do that.
But like, you know,
I've never been happy to live in the southeast, and it's busy where I am.
Yeah.
But central.
And I know it is, again, like that lead up to the holidays, and everything looks amazing. All the lights are on now, and it's very magical. It's very beautiful, but it is awful. Like, honestly, the amount of effort that I put in to avoid all of those areas, because I don't like too many people. That's my own personal thing. I get that, but also it's too much for me. It's still festive and amazing, and I am looking forward to hopefully getting in a couple of days where, you know, oh, my light just switched off, so it's just got a little bit shadowy. Sorry.
It's festive. It's moody. It's of the moment.
Yes, exactly. I'm hoping to get in a couple of days where, you know, where it's not as busy and I can go to the shops and pick up some nice things and, you know, do all that kind of stuff. But my God, has it been crazy?
I can't even imagine how to do it. Like, just the fact it's where you live, because you live so centrally. That's you can't avoid that.
No,
you can't just like nip to the shop and it'd be like chill.
Yeah,
especially this time of year.
It's just, and it keeps coming up in conversation at home, and we had friends in town, and we were out, and we had friends over, and we were out, and everyone's just saying like, where are all these people coming from? I went to a whole
thing.
It's nuts though. I went to a holiday event near Winter Wonderland the other day. So Winter Wonderland is amazing, obviously, but it's, you know, people flock there, fine. But then that's like contained inside, but the station around it, the streets around it, the traffic around it, it's just been a mad time. And that's sort of what goes with what I was saying before about how things really seem to speed up this time of year, but also slow down. And so I find like all of that fits into the speeding up category. Just people like crowding everywhere, running everywhere, trying to
get
get
in
done.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a question of, oh, you should have done your holiday shopping in July. I certainly don't mean that about being like planned or whatnot. But it's just amazing to me what London can be like this time of year, and I kind of wonder, like, are there any other places that are like this, or is it just a London thing?
I think it's concentrated in London because there's 8 million people live here plus tourists. So you've got to think all these people are trying to go to the same areas, like Wyndham and Clark, events, or the main shopping district, Oxford Street, and so on. You're trying to cram more people into a finite area. I think if you used to go to Manchester or Edinburgh or other big cities, I think it would be similar, but it would be proportionate to the size of.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Actually,
it's
any kind of city centre, any high street, wherever
it's just the time of year where everyone goes nuts.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I mean it's like amazing. I have to say I really do like seeing people out and about as much as I try to avoid it, especially coming out of like that world of lockdown, which I know we've spoken about before, where I could go over to Oxford Street during that time and be one of 2 people. It's amazing to see everything has really picked up again, and I think that's great. It's good for our economy, all that stuff, right? But it is just.
It'd be better when Oxford Street's pedestrianised.
Are they really doing that? Really? Oh well, that'll be very interesting.
Yeah, because aren't they doing it to increase tourism and revenue?
Well, probably, but I'm not familiar with that. Where did you hear about that?
That was on was it Times London? I saw it.
Okay.
That
they have done that with a few other areas. I know Sloane Street. I don't think they've completed it yet, but it was being pedestrianised as well. And people I know who run shops along that street weren't thrilled about it because it created a lot, or it has created a lot of construction and issues, and people don't necessarily want to go there. But the goal obviously is when it opens that it's going to be this beautiful shopping experience.
If they survive the problem of
exactly. And I don't know, maybe the city planners were thinking people who are there are these super brands and they can afford to keep a shop there and wait it out. But I don't think it necessarily works that way. I didn't realise they were doing that for Oxford Street. That is very interesting.
I think it's in works now, or has it been? I think it's been.
Do we know which stretch of it though?
Like the main cross of Oxford Street,
like Oxford Circus.
Oxford Circus, that whole area. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh, that'll be quite nice.
It'd be quite nice, but also that's going to change. Like bus routes, it's going to change.
That's actually true. It'll be
interesting to see how they get around that.
Well, we're not city planners.
And also, like, delivering to the places that are there. Businesses.
Well, there's got to be. I mean, I'm sure there's.
Any city planners listening? Let us know how it would work.
Yes.
We haven't got.
If anybody has inside tips, we'd love to know what they are.
Yeah, give us the scoop. Talking of tools.
Yes.
You were saying about tools earlier. What's your, the sewing machine brand Bernina?
Yeah.
And there's one that's linked. Is it Bernadette? After that, it's like a little sister one.
I'm not familiar. What about it?
Well, if you're not familiar, kind of defeats the purpose of the question. But I was going to say, have you heard of them? And if you have, what's your thought on them? Because I've seen one that's quite good and it's heavy duty.
Oh, okay.
And I desperately need a heavy duty one because my it's a workhorse and it's done me a long time. But it's struggling now to get through the stuff. Okay,
so what is your current machine?
I think it's just a brother.
Okay, so I am familiar with the Bernina machine. I've used them many times. They were always, from my personal use, have been excellent.
Yeah.
I even think when I was much younger and I was learning to sew, I went to a local school where I'm from, and I'm pretty sure all of the machines were Bernina there, and maybe that's why I'm so familiar with them, although not this sister range. I think a heavy duty machine is great. I think if you are looking for something that can be easily sort of domestic, even though, let me rephrase that. If you're looking for something that you can use domestically, I think that's quite good. I have two heavy duty machines. They happen to be Singer.
Yeah, I did look at them.
So they always get like a bad rap for whatever reason. I don't know why. They have never done anything for me but good. So from a personal experience, they are fantastic. I can sew through 6 layers of denim like butter.
Really?
But maybe that's just my machine. I mean, if you get a dud, that could be any brand, right?
What's yours? 4411?
I have no clue. I have an analog one, and I have a digital one.
Yes,
That's the extent of what I know about
I
it.
was looking at the analog one.
So I find the analog one is stronger, and so is through more heavy duty materials than the digital one does.
Interesting.
In my experience, at least. And I don't know if
Okay.
it's something to do with the fact that it doesn't have that digital processor in it, so it can be more heavy duty.
But the cams in it can just focus on going well.
Right, because it is a completely analog machine. It's just gears or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe with all of that computer stuff there, needs to be slightly more delicate. But then
That's kind of answered the question actually, because I was umming about digital and analog.
So I have, let's say, I have both. So I find it really interesting that on the digital one, there's like what do you call it?
Stitch something?
No, it's like a car term, a autopilot setting. So if you were doing, let's say, straight stitching, and you had 3 meters of gathers or something, you had 5 meters to go through, whatever it is, you would set the whole thing up. You would press play. It looks like a little play button and pause, and it would just start sewing completely, no foot on the pedal, nothing.
Oh my god!
And you could just sew through. It also has a speed little thing, so you can have it very fast, like an industrial machine speed would be, or you can have it very slow. So you might not be as comfortable with the high speed autopilot thing. You can set it to the slowest speed, press play, and it takes a while, but it's moving through at a pace that you can monitor it and get used to the setting. I think that's great because I do a lot of things with gathers, and it's nice to know that I don't have to spend go through 5 meters of fabric and just push it through myself, because that takes ages. So that's
if you
quite
had to
fun.
pick between analog or digital, which
Well,
would
they
you
do different
recommend?
things. I mean, I've often recommended the digital one because it has other features which are great. It has all these embroidery stitches on it. It's got like 8 buttonholes. Like, it has the speed differential and all of this stuff.
Okay.
So it does fancier things.
It doesn't go through as much.
No. If you were looking for a heavy duty machine that you could sew any fabric and you don't care about fancy stitches, the analog is amazing. I've used it for a couple of years now. I don't regret it. It's seen me through 6 layers of denim. It's seen me through things like corded lace where my overlocker was breaking every 5 minutes on, and yet the machine was just like running through it like nothing. And so, and often the overlocker is the more industrial machine. So the fact that that kept breaking, for me, was a good sign. And that's also a good machine. I've had it for years.
Which one do you use more? Digital.
Only,
Those
well,
stitches.
I use that more because I favor that one more. But if I had a setup where I had them both out at the same time, which I currently do not, if I'm honest with you, I would probably be on a chair with wheels, and I would be sliding between the two of them for different things.
Okay, interesting. That's answered a few questions.
I really like it. I think they're great. They're affordable. They do a really good sale usually. And from personal experience,
There's a sale on at the minute.
oh well, there you go.
That's what I was
At
thinking.
personal experience, it is a fantastic machine. I would highly recommend it. For me, it's done nothing but good.
Okay, well, if Singer wants to send me a free one, please do. I would love that.
Well, you
Thanks.
should become an ambassador. Nicole Akon became an ambassador for them, and she does really like wonders for them. But I remember she was like, "Oh, Singer's gifted me these beautiful machines. I use them for everything. They're amazing." She's got like 3 different ones.
Well, consider that done. I'm now an ambassador for Singer. Thanks, peeps. I think that's a good spot to round off.
All right. Well, what are your thoughts? What do you feel
In
for the
life?
season?
My thoughts for the season are, it's been, for many people, it's been a very long year.
Yeah.
I think the main things to take away, fashion-wise and generally speaking, is not to get stressed with expectation.
Mm-hmm. Stubborn.
If you are able to make something for someone that you know that they'd love, I would highly recommend that over spending a fortune, because money is like water.
Agreed.
It comes and goes, and not everyone has access to it, so why would we expect anything less? Have a good time, be safe, and yeah, that's kind of my thought process at the moment.
Well, I think that is very sharp. So,
Thank you very much.
I think we're thinking very similarly. I just think reminding yourself that, if you're feeling a bit slow this time of year isn't necessarily a bad thing. When everything else is speeding up around you is probably the best way to approach life and just have fun.
And I would echo what I said to you earlier. What makes the same point for everyone, is give yourself grace, for goodness sake.
Absolutely.
You know, like, life can be hard enough without you being hard on yourself. You know, we all have things going on, or
Absolutely.
we're working 10 to the dozen, or like you say, it speeds up just to slow down again. Give yourself grace to breathe, to live. We only get the one life.
Absolutely, and you just don't want other people's expectations to put pressure on you. You do what you can do.
Exactly. And above all, have fun. That's what my thoughts are.
Well, I agree.
Okay, great. Well, in that case, we're at the end of episode 7.
I know.
Can you even?
No idea when we're going to be doing it, because I'm going to be in Canada, but we'll figure it out.
You're going to be gallivanting. I mean, who knows where I'll be? Maybe I'll cross ponds myself. Who knows? Yes, so we'll figure out when we're going to do the next one, but obviously this is going out, we're recording it a little bit early because of Christmas season, but this is going to go out at the normal time, around about mid-month. So the next one would probably be a bit later in January, I would imagine. Thanks for tuning in all these last, how long? 6 months? Longer?
I was going to say, was it May?
Well, it's 7 episodes, so 7 months.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow. My God, how time flies. 7
months. So thank you for tuning in. Very, very much appreciated, and connecting with us on all the various socials. Have an absolute amazing holiday season, whatever you're celebrating, however you're celebrating, I should say. And yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. Anything you want to say?
No, I just think everybody should look after themselves and be careful out there.
Yeah, in the words of Jerry Springer, look after yourselves and each other.
So you watched Jerry Springer?
No, that's just a famous thing.
Oh, I see.
Everyone knows Jerry Springer.
Well, I've never seen it.
Don't you come for me. Don't you come for me. So, on that, bye!